What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be doing something a little out of the ordinary from what I typically do. Since it's been raining nonstop for the past week, I haven't really been able to go in the garage and do anything cool or make any cool videos in there. So I deemed it relatable to go over what I actually use on a daily basis. This is a big part of my life. I love EDC stuff. I love going on Amazon websites and just looking at the new coolest inventions that companies create, for the EDC repertoire collection. Most of the stuff that I have here is either used or vintage or bought brand new. There's very few things here that I buy brand new just because I love older stuff. As a person who loves DIY projects and loves doing things, I like being prepared. I love tools, and having everyday carry tools is a must for me. Okay, so right off the bat, if you notice, it is attached to my keys, my truck keys, my house keys, and a couple other keys. I carry this everywhere, literally everywhere I go, to school, to the grocery store. Like, this does not go anywhere that I do not. Unless I'm flying, then obviously then I take it off. That's the only reason why I take it off, or it's away from me. And that is why, right off the bat, let's talk about the quick disconnect. It's just a typical quick disconnect you could get at Walmart, Target. I got this one at O'Reilly's because I just picked it up when I was getting oil. So since we're going to be talking about this section of my keys, I'm just going to go ahead and put this to the side. Alright, so right off the bat, let's talk about the biggest piece of this whole collection, which is the Swiss Army knife. I actually got this one used at a flea market for $2, and I absolutely love it. The first one I had was the classic SD, which is that one, and the next one after I got this one was actually the classic, which is the one that everyone has in their collection. And if you could tell right off the bat, it's in the middle between these in both size and functionality. The classic SD has, typical scissors, knife, file, tweezers, and a toothpick, which is awesome. But the only thing I don't like about the small one is the knife size. It's pretty awkward to cut stuff with it. I mean, when I'm cutting, I have to do a couple passes for it to actually cut whatever it is I'm cutting. And with the big one, I mean, if you could already tell, it's pretty big. So if I use this as a keychain, I'm definitely going to notice this. So that's why I go with this middle one. On top of that, it has a couple of other things that the classic SD doesn't, which is an orange peeler. And this orange peeler is not the traditional orange peeler that you see that has kind of like a hook at the end. This one's actually serrated. Alright, so going on to the next section, which is the writing section of my everyday carry. And this is a Tac Ray mini pen. Bought off Amazon for I think 25 or $30. And I love it mostly because it's a bolt action. It's literally like a rifle. And when you unlock it, to take out the pen, you could actually take it off your key ring, so it's easier to write with. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a description of where you could buy this pen in the link because I absolutely love it. It's a little awkward. I mean, both of these are a little awkward to write with, but again, they're everyday carry. They're for your backup. You're not going to be writing long sentences or long essays with these, so for a signature or for whatever it is, leaving a note, this is perfect. Going on to the pencil portion of it, I actually carry a pencil on top of the pen because sometimes I need a pencil instead of a pen. When I'm doing a project on wood at my brother's house or wherever it is I'm working on something, it's much better to write on wood with a pencil than it is with a pen. And this one's pretty cool because it's actually pretty old. It's from the 40s or 50s. Can't really tell because there's no brand on it. The only thing it does say is that it's sterling silver. Which is cool. Not really a must for me, but it is pretty cool that it's actually worth something in metal other than just tactically a pencil. And it's actually not painted black. This is actually heat shrink that I put on the pencil because when I bought it, it had no major dents and it had few minor scratches, but with the heat shrink, it just protects it from getting banged up with the rest of my keychains. So the next thing I'm going to go over is the compass / magnifying glass. This is actually the newest addition to my everyday carry collection. And I love this one mainly because this is also vintage. It's probably from the 80s or early 90s, and the compass is fully functional. Right now it's a little off because when I put it next to my keys, the compass goes out of whack. I don't know if it's because of the flashlight or something's magnetized on this, and it just messes it all up. Actually, true north is that way, and it's pointing that way. So I bought it mainly because of the magnifying glass. The compass was a cool add-on, but it wasn't a must for me. And I actually like the size of it. It's a pretty small, lightweight size, as opposed to other magnifying glasses that are like this deep. Obviously it has a stronger magnification, but for what I need it for, this is actually perfect. Ironically, I could have used this long ago, but I never knew that this size existed. And I mainly bought it because when I go to flea markets to find vintage things, sometimes, well, here, for example, this pencil, it says sterling on here, and although you could see it with the naked eye, there's some collection pieces that I have that you cannot really read with the naked eye what it says. So this just really helps me find authentic things. So this is really nifty for that. But I also got it because when I get splinters or somebody else gets splinters, it's sometimes really hard to see if you got the whole splinter out of your fingers. I actually use the tweezers for that. Alright, the next section is my Rovi Vaughn flashlight, and I'm actually going to be doing another video. It's coming up on 1 year of owning this one, and I absolutely love it. I can't say anything bad about it. So I'm just going to do a quick review of this. It has the front flashlight, which is, as you can see, it's pretty bright. It has the side reading light, and it also has UV mode. It's not really UV, but it is. It does recharge the glow-in-the-dark filament that it has, if you could see. And I bought this flashlight because of that, because it's glow-in-the-dark. And if I drop my keys somewhere, it's more easily to spot in the dark than as opposed if I just bought an all black flashlight. It also has the clip on here that I actually epoxied on because it was just in the box, and I would rather have it on here than not. And it's really easy to take off without that epoxy, so that's why I applied it on there. Alright, so going back to my keys, like I said, this carabiner is awesome because you could use it to clip it on your pants, but it also can transform into a hook. You could hook it on things, hook it on a chair. I bought it because of that reason. First, I needed a carabiner for my keys, but second, because of that hook function. You know, when you go to a bathroom and there's no hook, you don't want to put your bag or your backpack on the dirty ground. This is awesome if the stalls don't have a hook already, or for my purpose, the reason I bought it is because when I'm in class, I hate putting my backpack on the ground because it just collects dirt. It makes the backpack look dirty, so I hook it on the back of the seat, put my backpack strap on here, and it holds it. It's good up to 40 pounds, which is way more than I need it for, but it's good to know that I could do it. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos just because it's been raining nonstop and I have a couple more ideas of what I could talk about. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.